Welcome everybody. I'm Dan Schunks and I'm the MC for the day. Thank you. Before we begin, we please ask you to silence all phones and put them away to the end of the program. Thank you for coming to this morning's Mardi Gras Jazz and Cake Day here at Mineral Area College. First, I'd like to let you know that our event today is being sponsored by the C.H. Cozean Library, the Mineral Area Fine Arts Academy, and the Mineral Area College Music Department. How about a hand for all three of those organizations for taking the time to give us a little entertainment this morning? And plus, the best part of all of this is everybody gets free cake. So our first selection, as you were coming in and getting settled, is entitled Tiger Rag. If it sounds familiar, it's because many colleges and high schools have a tiger as their mascot, and they use this as their fight song. It was recorded and copyrighted by the original Dixieland Jazz Band, that's jazz with two S's, not two Z's, in the year 1917. And in case you ever get on Jeopardy, and here's some trivia, Tiger Rag was the first million-selling record in the history of mankind. Yeah, absolutely. One thing to know for our little demonstration concert for you today is that jazz is an American art form, which makes it different than the many other genres of music that we know and love, which do not have that claim. All jazz contains improvisation, which means at some point in every song, at least one member will compose a new melody over the song's harmony on the spots as it pops into their head. In other words, you just play what you think. Jazz music is saturated not only with style and energy, but also intellect and creativity, present company excluded, every time it is performed. So something to look forward and listen to. Now, before we go any farther, let's play another tune for you. And this is Bill Bailey, Won't You Please Come Home? Please.
Count it off before. Austin's got the first solo, and we'll go from there. You're getting paid now.
Oh, hey.
You get two pieces of cake.
Ooh, look out.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
right, that tune was written back in 1902 and was originally entitled Bill Bailey, Won't You Please Come Home. As it was played more and more over the decades, the title was erroneously transformed into Won't You Come Home, Bill Bailey. And now, 124 years later, it's just Bill Bailey. The song was one of the first big pop music hits of our country and was a real crowd favorite. Before the 1920s, popular music was rated by whichever song sold the most sheet music copies. People loved Bill Bailey so much that they made new songs and recordings out of it just by using it again and again, each time putting a different melody over the top and giving it a different name. Well, today is the actual Mardi Gras day for 2026. If we get in our cars right now in the Mac parking lot, drive over to Farmington, take 32 for 20 minutes over 55, and then stay on the highway due south, we could be in the French Quarter by 7 o'clock this evening. And you could be celebrating like nobody's business. Mixed with the Think New Year's Day parades, mixed with Halloween masquerade balls, mixed with the 4th of July fireworks, mixed with Christmas gifts, mixed with, well, you get the idea, it's mixed up. Atmosphere of a World Series, Super Bowl, or Stanley Cup, and of course, music, music, music everywhere, all day long. This is Fat Tuesday, and encompasses the entire city and the outlying region of New Orleans, Louisiana. In fact, our next tune, which is from 1922, is perfect for that little tidbit because it's entitled Way Down Yonder in New Orleans.
Who's got the first one? Somebody take the first one.
I'll take the first one.
Thanks.
Good.
We're going alphabetical order. Ready? Little bounce. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
And now, for the educational part of the show, don't pull away. What is Mardi Gras? Mardi Gras, the French language, means Fat Tuesday. It's called Fat Tuesday because it reflects the practice of eating rich, fatty foods on the last night before you begin the ritual of fasting during the season of Lent. So it's like pigging out before a diet or eating a lot on New Year's Eve because the resolution kicks in. Fat Tuesday is always the day before Ash Wednesday, which is tomorrow. While in some cities around the world, Fat Tuesday is celebrated on one specific day, like last Saturday in St. Louis, in New Orleans, Fat Tuesday is labeled Mardi Gras. It is the day of the culmination that is preceded by weeks and weeks of Carnival. Carnival runs from January 6th of each year up until midnight of Fat Tuesday. This date is not always exact because it also is based on when Easter occurs. However, the time usually equates to about 6 weeks of partying. New Orleans, a city that is, although firmly steeped in the tradition of the Catholic Church, added the idea of carnival in 1827 just as a way to stretch out the party season leading up to Mardi Gras Day. Now a classic tune from 1928, and before we do that, y'all need to relax. Mardi Gras is supposed to be a celebration. Y'all sitting there all tensed up like it's class. Enjoy yourself, relax, We're not taking grades here. We're not taking, well, Kevin's taking names. That's a different thing. Yeah, enjoy, have some good time, and you can go eat some cake in a little bit. Now a classic tune from 1928, Basin Street Blues, which refers to a well-known street in New Orleans' Storyville district. We won't talk about Storyville. It was a nice place to go, maybe. It is still being recorded today, but was first made famous by the father of jazz, Louis Armstrong.
Yes, yes. That's up to you.
1, 2, 3.
As I stated in the last break, during the period before January 6th and Ash Wednesday, New Orleans has weeks upon weeks of having good time with many parades and costume masquerade balls being celebrated almost every day and night. Last night I checked the internet for this year's parade schedule, and there are 80 parades in the city of New Orleans and 24 in the surrounding neighborhoods and parishes. That's 104 parades, if you can imagine. Each parade is being constructed and sponsored by the Crew. That's Crew, K-R-E-W-E. So what are these crews exactly? The crews are a kind of like sports team made of numerous people, and they compete each year to see who can create and present the best parade during the entire Mardi Gras season, mostly for bragging rights and not so much for financial gain. These crews work the whole year round in secret, planning and building their parade and floats, and each crew supports its own parade through private funding and money-raising projects. The larger parades can easily utilize $500,000 to bring in everything to fruition. These parades are enormous, containing massive floats, bands, and well-known celebrities as their guest kings and queens. And one great noticeable thing about these parades, no politics. They are literally massive parties walking down the streets, and it's quite all right if you leave your spot along the side of the road and join the parade, although to ride on a float with a famous celebrity throughout the parade could cost you from $2,000 to $5,000. One of the audience participation traditions when you go out to watch a Mardi Gras parade are the throws that are tossed to the people from high above on the floats. The most common throws are strings of plastic-colored beads, doubloons, which are either aluminum or wooden-sized dollar-sized coins, with the logo of the crew imprinted impressively upon it, and decorated plastic cups and many, many, many types of small toys. Okay. So why does New Orleans invest so much time and energy in a Mardi Gras? Why do the police tend to look the other way in the French Quarter on Fat Tuesday with all the insane things going on? Maybe because the revenue generated by visitors during Mardi Gras season exceeds $1 billion. The entire population of New Orleans triples in size starting the last week of Carnival and leading up through Fat Tuesday. All right, time for some more music, and this one is from 1917. It's called Back Home Again in Indiana. Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's mixed up.
That's
He's
okay.
right.
Let's-
Dan's right.
Oh, I'm right.
Dan is right.
Okay. Of course it is. Well, it's always, well,
It was on the page. Okay.
I'm on one.
We're on Indiana here, so Nathan's on one, everybody else got the pickups? Okay. Here we go. A 1, 2, 3, 4. get you some cake. Bring it back to your seat.
You can eat in the library.
Just don't, no food fights.
Talk in the library. Free cake for everyone.
The Mardi Gras cake, king cake, derives its name from the Bible and the story of the three wise kings who traveled from afar to witness Christ's birth. The Catholic Church says it took the three kings 12 days to travel from the east to Bethlehem. This is where we get the 12 days of Christmas. King cakes are only sold from January 6th, which would be the 13th day after Christmas, up through Fat Tuesday and no other time during the year. It is a tradition to have a small plastic baby, right, placed somewhere inside each king cake. It represents the baby Jesus. Why is it hidden? It represents the three kings' journey to find him. A king cake is kind of like a fancy coffee cake. It's usually decorated with the three Mardi Gras colors, purple, green, and gold, representing those same three kings. If you get the piece of king cake that has the baby inside, then not only do you immediately become the king or queen of the party that you're attending, but you will receive good luck in the very near future. Has anybody found the baby in our king cake? No. Well, keep eating.
You can't leave. Eat more
Yeah.
cake.
Nobody's found it. There's a prize.
Yeah, there is a prize besides good luck. So, one thing, besides the prize that you will receive for finding the baby, you are about to have a run of good luck, so get ready for that. And there's another legend associated with this custom that you may not want to know, but being made the king cake queen means that you will soon become pregnant, so congratulations. That would be a trick for some of you. If this comes to pass, you might want to build a library on that one. So, so the plastic baby, how long has that been? How long have we had plastic? What they used before plastic?
Ivory.
Ivory. Oh,
Sounded good, right?
yeah. Blends in with the cake. And probably put in by a dentist. So, another great 1928 classic from Louis Armstrong, St. James Infirmary.
Everybody gets the solo and then I'll skate on this one. Everybody take one and then I'll skate. Here we go. Minnie the Moocher. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, and now the time has come for the most boring part of any concert, introducing the musicians. Really? Well, of course, I'm just kidding about that. All these folks have extremely lengthy, interesting, noteworthy resumes and diverse backgrounds, but they do have a few things in common which has brought us together. They all love good music of all types and styles. They love to promote the education of music as often they can be found in our community, as to many people as they can, which is why they took time to come in today. And each person up here in some manner is also involved currently or is involved with our very successful Mineral Area Fine Arts Academy. The Academy is housed at Mineral Area College and over the past 4 years has been involved in numerous classes, private instruction, concerts, musicals, theater plays, recitals, gigs, parades, summer camps, professional artist clinics, and social events throughout our community, with many, many, many more constantly being added to the list. Here's a little plug if you're interested in playing an instrument, almost any type of instrument, or would like vocal lessons, or interested in being involved with a musical ensemble, or learning how to act or participate in some type of theater production. That is happening 24/7 right here on our campus. And it renews itself every 8 weeks with new things added in every new session. Maybe you want to reunite with your band instrument from high school, or sing again in a choir, or maybe you just want to learn how to play the piano, guitar, or ukulele, or maybe you want to join a bluegrass band or a classic rock ensemble, or act in a show or musical like Annie or Little Shop of Horrors, or how to improvise like in a TV show, Whose Line Is It Anyway? You can do all that at a great price for instruction and the opportunity through the Fine Arts Academy. Next page. There we go. If you are interested and maybe want to talk or ask questions just to see what we're offering this session, please see Amanda Dement, who's the director of the Fine Arts Academy. Her office is located on the first floor of the Fine Arts building. Okay, moving to the actual introduction of this prestigious group, have been together dating all the way back to 9:30 this morning. On tuba, Kurt Bauche. On tenor sax, Dan Stoeckel. On trumpet, Bob Monks. On soprano sax, Austin Sikes. On drums, Nathan O'Neill. On piano, Kevin White. And on trombone, myself, Dan Schunks. Before I introduce the last song, again, I'd like to thank you for attending today and your attentiveness. I'd also like to thank the Student Activities Association and the C.H. Cozean Library staff for putting together Mardi Gras Day at MAC. Let's hear it for them one last time. Okay, our last and most famous song is Dixieland music, as Foggy Mountain Breakdown is to bluegrass, or Sweet Home Alabama is to southern rock, or YMCA is to disco, or Bad Bunny is to Bad Bunny. See, it is the one song, yes. It is the one song to play if Dixieland music is being played, so we hope you'll recognize it when the Saints go marching in. Thank you for coming.
Everybody take one solo. Pick out the coach. Nathan has a roll hop, including a tuba solo and a drum solo. This is it. Are you ready? Two, one, two.